Are you kidding me? It's been like a month. We don't need to start off like this. Let's go. Episode 26 in the books. About to be in the books. It's been about a month since the last Below the Beanie. I have promised myself that the month of April is when it's going to make its return and when it's going to start to become consistent. I had a nice little run. We were breaking some records and we were doing some things, some unprecedented things in the YouTube community. We were hitting different milestones and this and that. But it was never like, I mean, there was one little stretch, maybe like 5 days in a row, something like that. But I've been telling myself, and it's not going to be starting April 1st, unfortunately. It's not going to start April 1st. And even if it did, it might end up being like an April Fool kind of thing. But it is going to start in the month of April. It might start April 31st. I'm not sure. But it's going to start in the month of April, and it's going to be consistent. I'm excited about it. There's been a lot of things going on in the life of the Grandmaster in the last 30 to 60 days. And it has been preventing me from my consistency in the Below the Beanie sphere. But it is going to come back in April, and it is going to be consistent. Now, I know there's some confusion because not everybody is able to catch every single video. It's very hit and miss. So sometimes you're like, wait a minute, I thought this was happening. Wait a minute, why are you saying that? Wait a minute, what are you talking about? There's a new channel below the Mexican martial arts streams. That's where the 99% of Below the Beanies are going to be. But I do 2 of them here every single month. Let's not get into the details of why. You could probably tell why. But let's not get into the details of why. But this is episode 26. Congratulate me. I am very happy to be here. It's going to be a little bit shorter today. Partly because I'm doing 2 streams. Immediately after this one, I'm going to do another one on the same channel. So if you got nothing better to do, I'll be right here. I think I'm going to be doing that on the main channel. I think when I do the Below the Beanie on the Mexican Martial Arts Streams channel, it's going to be an hour. I think when it's on the main channel, I'm just going to do 30 minutes in and out. You know, I think that's better. I think it's smarter for this channel. And I'm trying to, I want to be able to do the things that I want to do. And that's what I have Mexican Martial Arts Streams for. This channel, I'm trying to be smarter. And if you want to be smarter, you got to get the Ridge wallet. And this Below the Beanie episode 26 is sponsored by the one and only Ridge wallet. And I'll be talking more about that later. Igor Rey, my Grandmaster. Many people are going to be disappointed when Dilbert stops Chinshaw's hype train. Wait a minute, what? Oh, I was like, Dilbert stopped Chinshaw's hype train. You think you're pulling for Dilbert for real? Chinshaw has never been met with resistance. This fight will show up. He's up. Oh, Igor Rey's like that. You're doubting him? You're doubting Chisha? Oh, snap. I don't know. It was like that, Igor Rey. I don't know. Like, from the beginning, I was a little bit hesitant and I didn't want to jump on the train right away. And everyone's like, oh, he's a monster. And usually I don't hop on that kind of stuff. I like to wait and kind of take my time to see how things develop. And he was kind of talking crazy at first. But then I just realized I think there was something, confusing communication because we come from different places and when I started to learn more about that fool, it seemed like he was just like a little kid, very enthusiastic and stuff about smashing fools' heads in, and I started to kind of root for him, but I think that he's going to murder Dilbert. Wow, but that is an interesting take. That's an interesting take. Igor Rey, I hope I'm not trying to like rub it in, or it's not like that, but I am very curious to see how you feel about him after this fight. I'm not even going to say win or lose or who, just after the fight. Let's talk again. Let's see where we stand. GM. Need that Below the Beanie shirt from the last upload. It's not, I don't think I took it down yet because I don't know if to this day, I don't know if I ever logged back into Teespring. But don't buy it yet. I will announce officially when the Below, I think I got it right here. Oh no, that's the wrong shirt. Hey, this is one of my favorite shirts of all time. That's since I was a little kid. It's not that one though. It's right here. There has been rumors. Yes, there is a Below the Beanie shirt. This is a fact. But I don't want you to buy it yet because it's not good quality. It came out a little blurry. Because the graphic wasn't the right size. So this is on Teespring right now. If you want to get the limited edition kind of blurry photo, I mean, it doesn't, I don't know if you can really tell on here. I'm not talking about this bottom part either, the little drop shadow. That's not what I'm talking about. Even the lettering is a little fuzzy. But if you want to get the limited edition that's like not good, so that years later you could be like, I got the special run before you fix it, you could get it. But I'm telling you, it's not a good print. I gotta redo it. But I will keep you updated. Do. Big Canard 1 just joined the YouTube membership. Hey, make sure you go to that community tab so you can see things that only the members have access to. Kaimon, work been mad slow. My very own big red square trying to keep me down. My very own big red square. You talking riddles? Work been mad slow. My very own big red square. Big red square. Big red square. Are you a YouTuber? You mean like the subscribe button? Big red square trying to keep me down. Congrats to you, and also to us for being witness. Do your thing, Hefe. You're the man. Love you, boy. Next week is gonna be crazy. Marilena was bringing up some stuff about the weekend. I was like, hey, hold up. There's things are happening. I'm gonna be busy that night. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. My very own big red square. What was that, like a thing? Am I missing out on the big red square? It generally represents a red color card. It's also called Chinese red. It has, I'm gonna get flagged. I shouldn't have said that. Has the meaning of warmth, passion, unrestrained atmosphere. What? Red square served as a function of several central marketplace as well. Are you like an entrepreneur? Come on, I'm rooting for you either way. I hope you pull through. Igor Rey, not a hater. I'm a fan of both, but I think Dilber's speed and overall fight experience could get him the dub unless he fights like when he fought Usman. I know. Gilbert, he broke my heart during that fight. I thought he was gonna take that fight. Believe it, it will become competitive. I hope it is. I hope it is competitive because everybody wants to see a good fight. No matter who you want to see win, I think everybody wants to see a good fight. So I hope so. I hope so. And you got a good, you're looking at it very diplomatically. So, how did they say? Fair play. The prequel, con todo Grandmaster with everything. con todo, pero no. Con todo, pero no. No, I'm trying to think of what to say. No, but I want everything. I always want everything. Michael Fieri, I just wanted to say what's up. Gotta get up at 5 a.m. to hit the gym. I'll catch you mañana. Oh, snap. 5 a.m. Hey, that's dedication. That's dedication right there. I respect that. 5 a.m. Yeah, it's going to be funky tonight, Michael Fieri. I'm doing this stream for like 30 minutes. We're going to do like a halfers, and then I'm going to do another stream right after that. And then hopefully in the next, I don't know how many days, I'm going to release another breakdown. I'm working on one right now, but I need to pace myself because I'm feeling funky. I have not been sleeping well. I worked really hard to get at that last breakdown a couple of days ago. And now I started doing another one right away. I wrote it all in one day, shot it all today, started cutting the footage today. And now I need to start getting on my B-roll and stuff like that. It's been nonstop. But I want to talk about what we're all here for. And that's the Ridge Wallet. Now play. But the Ridge Wallet is very important. I want to talk about the Will Smith thing. And I'm going to try to look as much as I can in the chat because I want to see what you guys have to say. I want to see the different opinions in here. I don't know how much more I want to say than that. I am working on some more things that will be in addition to this stream, but I kind of wanted to freewheel it as well. I kind of wanted to go right off the beanie and just give you my initial thoughts. And that's how it goes on Below the Beanie. I'm either going to be the very first one to break the news because it's easy and there's no editing and stuff like that. And I could be here early, or I'm going to be the very last one because I did a breakdown and they take too long to edit. Umedina 13, why do you think Davidson Henry and the Gremlin culture acting like saying they're racist? It's because he's scared. It's because he's scared. Henry's Cejudo, he's probably officially broken my heart. He turned into a little punk. The only redeeming thing about him is probably that he hangs out with Khabib quite a bit. But other than that, he became a little punk. I was like one of the few people that was on the Henry train when everybody was hating him and saying that he was like Colby Covington and all these other annoying people. And I was like, no, you guys don't get it. It's gimmicks. You know, he's just trying to do his thing because nobody cared about him before that. But like, he actually, something changed. I don't know what it is, because he was always able to do that thing while he was still fighting, where he was like that guy in front of the camera and he was cutting the promo and everything was right so he could make that money, he could get eyes on him, but then he was still that respectable dude, he was still that nice guy, he was still that lovable guy and straight shooter and everything. But lately something snapped. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was like, didn't his girlfriend dump him or something like that? I'm not sure. I'm not trying to get personal. I'm not trying to attack his personal life or nothing like that. I'm sincerely curious, like, what happened? Because I really was a fan. If you've been watching my videos for any period of time, you know I've been a Henry Cejudo fan. And lately it's like, whoa, he's not the same guy. So I don't know if he got his heart broken or like he got a bad tax return or what. Like everything changed. But the Will Smith thing happened. And look, I'm gonna try to lay out as much as I possibly can just off my memory. I don't really have anything structured out right now. James Dallo, do this 4 a.m. here, so I can't see this one through. But the latest video was on point. Guess you took feedback to heart and got yourself an editor. I edit my own videos. James Dallo, I'm almost reluctant to give you the air horn. I edit my own videos. I'm probably it's not about that. I don't want to start making beef or nothing like that, but I know there's other ones out there. I seen them. Sensei Seth and whatnot, other fools that are dedicated, put the work in. But I'm telling you, there's not a lot of us. There's a lot of people that, they have the resources and whatnot, and they just ship it out, and they have a bunch of other people edit their videos. Nah, Charlie, I edit my own videos. And when I'm able to, I'll have someone else do it. But right now, I edit my own videos. Now, for real, I've thought about it. And even if I did finally meet my quota, because I have like this number in my head, if I ever get there through the different channels and I could pay an editor, I don't even know if I want to, because they're not going to edit the way that I will want them to. And I will be like a crazy micromanager, and it probably wouldn't work out. So I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I think I'm going to have to always edit my videos. But look, here's what happened. The Oscars. I don't watch the Oscars. I don't know what kind of human being watches the Oscars unless something like the slap occurs. I can't even wrap my beanie around what kind of person plans their day around, hey, don't forget at this time, we're going to stop everything and watch the Oscars. What is this, 1993? I don't understand that. So I got home Sunday night. I get home and I saw a video pop up, and it says something about, was it fake? Will Smith slapped this fool? And I was like, oh, that's funny. It's probably a little skit. I'll just scope it out. Will Smith, funny dude, something, might be worth looking at, some kind of little skit. I clicked on it and I watched the smack, and I went into it in the mindset it's fake. Before I even watched it, I was like, this will be funny. Good for them. I've always been a fan of Will Smith. I grew up on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. To this day, in my opinion, one of the best shows ever. I mean, for my demographic and everything at the place and time, I love the show. So I go into it like, it's fake, whatever. This is gonna be funny. The second I see and hear the slap, I'm like, whoa. It's hard to even describe, because I was split, because I still was believing it was fake, but I was like, how am I believing this is fake? It's not fake. Like, that was too real to be fake. But yeah, it's still fake, because I went in with that mindset. Imagine, I don't want to give that example. Let's just say, like, beyond any doubt, you're going into something and it's fake, but then it's so real that it's like, even though I know this is fake, this seems real. It was a weird moment. Sam Garnett, Grandmaster, been waiting for your POV. I appreciate your patience. And I want to tell you something. I don't really want to give anything away. I mean, you guys probably already know. I put a story out earlier. I forgot. I'm doing a full, intricate, detailed, full-blown breakdown of this whole Will Smith thing. Because Saturday, I'm doing some stuff in the morning, and then there's a Mexican Fight Companion. I don't know. It might come out. It might, if I can dedicate a bunch of hours of editing, a couple tonight and a bunch tomorrow, it might come out Saturday, early afternoon. I don't know. I'm doing a full-blown breakdown. So Sam Garnett, I hope you see that. I hope you catch it. But so yes, if this isn't sufficient, which it won't be, the breakdown's going to be way more detailed. Please don't forget to keep an eye open for that, Sam Garnett. I appreciate you. So I saw the slap and I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, okay, it's fake, but I don't think that was fake. But I kept watching and I was like, okay, good acting, good production. I don't know. And then Chris Rock responded with his one-liner, and he's like, "Oh, I just got smacked by Will Smith," and I was like, "Oh, that's funny." You know, it all seems like a line that you would come up with, and okay, that's funny. And people are like, "Whoa!" Then Will Smith sat down. He started shouting, "Keep my wife's name!" And you can see Chris Rock's face like he saw a ghost. And it was like, you could tell, like, I mean, the lack of discernment is disappointing, and it's concerning how many people think this was fake. It's upsetting how many people think this was fake. Can you come up with a decent list of reasons why they would fake something like this? Absolutely. I've been hearing some crazy stuff. One of the things I heard is that because of the things that Jada's dealing with and her illness and stuff, Big Pharma or something just came out with some breakthrough thing, and they were gonna sponsor the Oscars, and people are like, look, it's all perfect. Like, they were just trying to bring awareness, and they're just trying to make crazy things are coming out. They're trying to get ratings for the Oscars. Chris Rock wants to make more, sell out, make more on his tickets, whatever. Can you come up with a bunch of course, fool, they faked it. This is why they faked it. Didn't you see this? Didn't you hear that? Of course, they would want to do this because of that. Yeah, you could come up with a big old notebook full of reasons on why they would do that. We could come up with hypotheticals all day, and you know, let's have some fun with it. Make a day, make some sandwiches. I'll join in. We could make a whole lot of reasons, but that doesn't mean that it was fake. We could talk all day about all these different reasons why they will want to fake it. Was it fake? No. Anybody that I feel like anybody that would even think that something like that was fake, they've never been in a situation where some heat took place, you know? They've never been in a situation where things got weird, where something got a little bit too real, where people got in each other's faces. The way that Will Smith starts shouting, I mean, they're actors. And that's another thing I keep hearing. They're actors. One of them got an Academy Award. That, of course, they know how to act. Hey, fool, you're giving them too much credit. They're not a couple of Andy Kaufmans up there. All right? I know they're actors. And one of them, Will Smith's one of my favorite actors of all time. Chris Rock's all right. I've never been a big fan. I don't hate him. I have nothing against him. I've never been a fan of his comedy, of his movies. I just haven't. I've been a big Will Smith fan. Neither of them, I mean, we're giving them too much credit. That wasn't acting. We've seen them act. We've seen their range. And they're great. Well, Will Smith is great. Chris Rock, he's kind of like a token, kind of like, it's fun, and he does cameos and stuff. But what you were seeing right there when Will Smith starts shouting and Chris Rock's looking like, that wasn't acting, that was cringe. If they would have acted it, if they would have planned it, if they would have scripted it, it would have been smoother. The dialogue would have been more, cleverly put together. It would have been dramatic, but in a way where, you know, it has some kind of an arc. It has some kind of a punchline. It has some kind of a bottom line. In this case, they were breaking FCC rules. They had to go off the air. It's not good for the Oscars to go off the air. They're trying to get ratings. They got sent off the air. I know ultimately things went up. But there's ways that they could have done that where they stayed within the confines of the rules of the thing. And now they're having to deal with a lot of it after the fact because they punked out in person. A Russian bot, remember, for 20 months. That's a long time. In online world, that's a long time. I appreciate you, a Russian bot. Look it. I'm going to try to cut to the chase because I'm doing the detailed breakdown. I'm just going to touch on the basics right here. Will Smith sat down. He started shouting. You could see the look on Chris Rock's face. He couldn't believe it. One of the things that broke my heart, I felt bad for Chris Rock. He looked like a little kid up there. The first time Will says it, keep her name out your mouth, he's like, I will, okay? Like, remember that line? It's so cringy. It's so awkward. It's like hearing one of your homies like get punked on, but it's a situation where you feel like he needs to handle his own business and you don't want to come save the day. You're just kind of like, oh man, I felt bad for him. He's like, I am, all right? I am keeping her name out my mouth. It was awkward. It was so awkward. It was big of Rock not to go for the jugular and bring up those entanglements. This was definitely real, and Will is a broken man. Jada's too toxic. Yes, and you will enjoy my breakdown, Yes, I touch on those things. Yes, look it. I'm going to say this. I don't think I said this yet. The Chris Rock joke, I didn't think it was funny. I just didn't think it was funny. I've never been a fan of his style of comedy. I didn't particularly think the joke was funny. I wasn't like, oh, no, that was too much. That's not where I'm coming from. I just didn't think it was funny. I thought it was like a little too on the nose, a little too on the dome, however you want to say it. It was just like too, okay, we all see her, G.I. Jane, that's like super old. It wasn't that funny. I'm shocked that they didn't think of something funnier than that. So first of all, I was like, that wasn't even funny. Here's something that's very important. It's interesting. If Will Smith tried to laugh it off, Jada didn't let him. If Jada would have just laughed it off too, everybody right now will be, because of how everybody likes to virtue signal and point the finger, oh, that's a bad man. If they would have just both laughed it off, everybody right now will be going after Chris Rock, saying how he's insensitive and mean and careless and rude and heartless. And all the focus would be on him because it was a lame joke. But now it's all on Will because Jada just had to act up and she had to do this thing on camera, all dramatic and everything like that. And because of that, it got flipped, made it even worse. If she was as self-conscious about it, she would have let it go because now it became bigger than it ever would have been. And she was just on her TikTok, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, say how she loves it and it's so beautiful. She doesn't care what anybody feels about it because of how much she loves it. So you lied, apparently. Anyway, he told the joke. I didn't think it was funny. Will Smith did think it was funny. Apparently, he's more of a Chris Rock fan than I am. Jada made sure that everybody saw she didn't think it was funny. And here's where the story, where we pick up. It wasn't a joke. Will Smith didn't smack him because of the joke. The first thing Will smacked was his own hand. He clapped. Everyone's talking about how he was laughing. He clapped too. That was the first smack of the night. He clapped. That's some heavy approval right there. Will Smith thought it was funny. He didn't smack him because of the joke. Will Smith smacked him because he wants to smack his wife. He wants to smack August. He wants to smack all the people that have been clowning on him online. He's a broken man. He's an emotional wreck right now. He's been emasculated. He's been broken down. He's become the punchline, the butt of every joke. He's having to go on Oprah and Ellen, all these different shows. Yeah, it's an open marriage. Yeah, we're cool. Everything's all right as long as we come back at the end of the day. So it's so rehearsed. You know why? Because Jada's feeding it to him. He's having to go on all these different interviews talking about an open marriage. Who opened it? Jada opened it. She ripped it open like a bag of chips and Will can't put it back together. It's open, but he doesn't want it to be open. He's having to do the whole tour and let everybody know it's open, it's open. You know why? So they don't get mad at Jada. That's why. It's open, it's open, it's open. What are you doing? Well, nothing, but it's open. She could come and go as she please. She got the little doggy door. She comes and goes as she please. It's open. I don't know how to close it. She took the screwdriver. I just got to leave it open for her. eventually she comes back to me. It's open, but he don't want it to be open. It wasn't about the joke. It was about trying to save face. He's been humiliated and ashamed for a few years now, and he's trying to save face. He sees his wife. He's like, maybe this will make her love me. Maybe this will close things up. I don't want it open. I want it closed. Maybe if I go take a stand, I go get low. I go, honor her, and I try to protect her and defend her. Maybe she'll love me. Hoplite 73, totally agree with your take, GM. Thank you. Thank you so much. I knew you would, Hoplite. You're a reasonable man. It wasn't about the joke. It was about being humiliated and just trying to save face, trying to get something out of her, trying to score some points with her. And he goes up there, and I break it down. I'm working on the breakdown right now. I go into great detail. You can see in his body language, you can see the way he's leaning his head, looking down, not letting Chris Rock know his intentions. You can see the way he's swinging his arms, not walking up all clenched, because if you walk up like this, then you're going to see it coming a mile away. He walks up like this, and you can see the rhythm. He goes like this, and boom, Chris Rock never sees it coming. Chris Rock leans in. He's like, what you got to say, homie? He thought he was just going to tell him, hey, fool, chill, or something like that. I don't know. Or make a little joke so then it could be an article and everyone laughed. Will Smith went up there and threatened it. He never thought he was going to hit him. Will Smith, you could see he was doing everything he could to not telegraph, to not let Chris know it was going to happen. It wasn't predetermined. They didn't talk about this. And then after the fact, first of all, when Will went up there, what did Chris say? He's like, oh, Richard, condescending. That made Will Smith even more mad. He didn't call him Will. He's like, oh, look at Richard. Then after he smacked him, Chris Rock was a G. He has a rock hard chin. It was almost as hard as my Ridge wallet. And that's all I was thinking about when the whole thing took place. My Ridge wallet. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, it already has 30,000 5-star reviews. Why does it need mine, Grandmaster? How is my review going to make a difference? It's about the difference in your own individuality. I have to admit, I have yet to go and leave a review of my own. And I didn't even realize to this very moment right now that I never personally left my own review. But it's about the review that it makes to you as an individual, knowing the difference that it's made in your life. I told you so many times, I didn't use a wallet for like a decade because they're uncomfortable, because I have back problems. And I couldn't fit a fat wallet in my front pocket. Now I got the Ridge wallet, RFID blocking. If it's my cash, if I were to use any, it will go right there. You could get the money clip or the strap. I like the strap because it's sleeker. You could hold up to 12 cards. I got the carbon fiber. I also like the silver one. There's a silver one. If you go on the website, it's called like Stone something. I don't know. It's beautiful. And I almost got that one, but I had to go with the carbon fiber because I felt like Batman. Anyway, 30,000 5-star reviews. It could be 30,001. You can make a difference today, not only for other people that are considering it, but in your own life. You forget that it's even there. You know how many times I came back to the house thinking I forgot my wallet? It was right here the whole time. Ridge wallet. Ridge.com/Voto. Put in the promo code VOTO for 10% off. There's a bunch of different styles, bunch of different colors. I know what you're thinking, Grandmaster. I already got a Ridge wallet. I'm already trying to support. Well, I have a pretty good feeling you didn't get the backpack yet. You probably didn't get the backpack. Look at this. Is beautiful. This is a piece of art right here. Sometimes I just like touching it like that. It feels good. I don't know if you could tell, like it's like heavily embossed. It's beautiful. And if you're like a doctor or an executive or something like that, and you got a bunch of Ridge wallets because you like different styles and colors, you can fit them all in here. Ridge.com/Voto. Put in the promo code VOTO for 10% off. Will hit him. Chris Rock didn't even flinch. He went like this. Whoa! He said, wow. He went full Owen Wilson. He got even more condescending. He went, wow! And you can see Will look at him like, you're not going to go down or what? You can't even go down for me so my lady could see that I was defending her honor. You're going to be like that? You can see Will kind of get upset with him like, fool, you can't even like, you knew we were going to talk about this later. You can't play the part and go along with me just so I could look like a G right now. You just can stand up like that. It was an awkward moment for Will. He goes up there trying to look all hard. Little dude, Chris Rock, he's like, wow. was like, he was saying, that's all you got? And here's another thing that I want to point out. If it was real, it would have been a punch. He wouldn't have slapped him like that. If it was choreographed, if it was scripted, it would have been a punch. At the very least, it would have been a backhand. But he open hand slapped him because he's a trained killer. It's Muhammad Ali we're talking about. He trained with Coach Kavanaugh. He walks up there kind of thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? At the last second, he decides to open hand slap him because he didn't want to kill him. He just wanted to make a statement. Chuck Fury at FuriousComedy.com. No one will be mad at Chris because no one would have seen it. Exactly. I watched the Oscars to go to sleep. That's a great point. That's actually a great counterpoint. That's a good perspective. Dimchi Tazevsky, member for 3 months. We're going strong. We're going strong, Dimchi. So Will Smith did that. Chris Rock took it like a G. Will sat down, started yelling at him. There's this new angle now. I don't know if you heard about it. Jada's looking on and clapping and laughing. She wasn't even phased. She wasn't like, oh no, Will, don't. She's like, yeah, that's right, boy. She's enjoying it. She's a sick woman. It's disgusting. He sat back down. He should have been escorted out of there. Look, I want to make it clear, in case any of you were just coming in right now. I've been a Will Smith fan like my whole life. I've never really been a Chris Rock fan. I'll watch stuff with him in it. I don't have anything against him. It's just not really my style. I didn't think the joke was funny. I really didn't. It was, again, not my sense of humor. I thought it was a little too easy. But should Will have gone up there and smacked him? Absolutely not. You got to match words with words. That's all there is to it. All these people on Twitter and everywhere else, like you was defending her honor, and Chris's words were actually violence. So it's okay that we'll use violence because Chris's words were violence, fool. Look it. You got to match words with words, okay? The only reason they're classifying that as violence is because it fits their narrative right now. If someone came up, I gave the example earlier on one of Joe Rogan's videos. If someone like Joe Rogan slapped someone on live TV, they would have lethally injected him in the next couple of hours. They're only gonna let someone like Will Smith get away with it. And I'm saying that as a Will Smith fan. So it's only when it fits the narrative. All of a sudden, words are violence. And you know that's a dangerous precedent because when you start classifying the fact that language itself can be violent, now you're building a real strong case for absolutely taking away the freedom of speech. And people can't say anything because now the words are actually violent. This is a scary precedent. You better watch what you're doing because if you try to act on this just in this one case, it's going to spill into other stuff. Kenny Michael Alanya. What's sad is Will made the longest speech in Oscar history. Dave Chappelle mentored Will in stand-up comedy and even opened for Dave. He even opened for Dave. Jada manipulated Will into doing that, and Chris Rock is now sad. I had no idea Dave Chappelle mentored Will in stand-up comedy. I didn't even know Will Smith did stand-up comedy. I've never seen any footage of him doing stand-up comedy. That's crazy. And like I said, I've been a follower. I've been aware of his stuff. I've seen the movies. I watched the show. I know he was a rapper. I wasn't into the music. I didn't know he did stand-up comedy. And the fact that he opened for Dave, that's some nepotism kind of stuff right there. If he's opening for him, come on. Will Smith, I'm a fan, but stand up. Fast Guitar, it's staged. I could prove it easy. Watch Wayne predicts Chris Lap 1999. I saw in YouTube skit 1999, same thing. As Oscar was done in 1999, Chris gets slapped in 1999 by a guy in the front row. I've seen it. I've seen it, Fast Guitar. I almost worked it into my video, but I'm like, there's so much conspiracy stuff out there. And you know I'm all for the conspiracies. I'm here for all of them. I'm not a denier. I embrace the conspiracies, but it's just there's too much here. There's too much in the body language. In the tones, in the facial expressions, in the pitch of the voice, in the delivery, in the emphasis, everything is just so perfectly aligned. There's no way it's fake. There's just no way. I've seen the clip and it's funny. It's very interesting. But weirder things have happened. Will sits back down. Jada's happy. She's applauding. Apparently now we know they asked him to leave. He didn't leave. I don't know who it was that was asking him. Maybe they were intimidated by him. Maybe they think this is such a cordial and formal and happy event and nothing like this will ever happen, and they don't have the right kind of security in place that's able to deal with this kind of stuff. Maybe they're all a bunch of softies. I don't know. But I want to say this. I felt horrible for Chris Rock. It was humiliating. Will Smith shouldn't have done that. They're not really on equal ground as fighters. It shouldn't have happened. I also feel bad for Will Smith because he's been emasculated. He's been humiliated. He's being shamed. And he needs to get away from Jada. He's an emotional wreck right now. Jane Caulfield, I don't want to live in a world where comedians need to worry if they get rushed for telling a bad joke. This is what I'm saying. This is a bad president. Everybody that's fighting, look it. I'm a Will Smith fan. I'm a bigger fan of Will Smith by far than Chris Rock. I'm not a Chris Rock fan. But this sets a bad precedent if you're trying to let him get away with this. You can't let people, when you don't allow people to experience the repercussions of their bad behavior, they're going to keep doing it. And other people are going to follow that example. And it's going to be happening. Other people are going to see this. And it's like Jane Caulfield is saying right now. It's setting the tone for if you're at a comedy show and you hear a bad joke, you feel like you could go up there and smack someone and be like, hey, it's the same kind of situation. They did it there. Maybe it's an even worse joke. Maybe it's a bad comedian and the joke is even more graphic and you feel even more entitled. I'm talking about that in the breakdown that I'm doing right now. Imagine if people start feeling like they could go up and smack a comedian every single time they told a bad joke. Trevor Noah will be dead. Things are going to get out of control. And they're getting out of control right now because I went 6 minutes past when I was supposed to. I got to do another stream tonight. I'm going to get off for a couple minutes right now. I'm going to get right back on. It's going to be a different topic. I said all I had to say right now about this particular situation. Will shouldn't have smacked him. It was a bad joke. It was lame. It was too easy. He shouldn't have smacked him. Chris Rock handled it very well. He wanted to come back. He's like, oh, I could. Maybe he has some dirt on Will, but he's like, forget it. He handled it like the bigger man. Will needs to get away from Jada. She's destroyed his mind, and she has him doing reckless things. If you want more details, I'm coming out with a full breakdown right now. Hopefully, it'll be coming out in a couple of days. Thank you for watching Below the Beanie, episode 26. Appreciate it. Good looking now. Watch my last breakdown if you haven't seen it. I released it like yesterday or the day before. I can't remember.